Well, folks, this is what I promised you. This is going to be about woke generation, and the second part is going to be on the cancel culture. Now, I've done some research on this, and I'm going to tell you straight up I don't understand the woke generation. This is Jim Voss coming from high above my garage with just my opinion. This is probably my 35th or 36th episode, and I'm telling you, I'm going into this one kind of blind. I can understand the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts. I can understand Eagle Scouts. I can understand any kind of religion. I can stand any kind of indoctrination into something. I can understand the oath of office. I can understand the oath of enlistment. But I cannot understand the goals of the woke generation. Woke generation is about bringing about an alert to social issues. I don't have a problem with that. I understand that. Racism, definitely. Discrimination and injustice. Excuse me. I understand that platform. I understand each plank that you're talking about, social issues, about racism, about discrimination, and about injustice. We all should be concerned about those 4 or 5 topics, and we should stand up and be heard when those topics are violated, because everyone is assured equal justice under the Constitution, equal treatment under the Constitution, equal ability to advance in life according to the Constitution. Everything is set up in the Constitution that this type of woke culture, WOKE, woke culture, believes in. Now, if you have your platform, the goals of the organization should be the pillars underneath that platform. Those goals hold up the entire, the entire platform, the entire base of which you stand on, and you lecture and you debate and you talk and you scream and you yell. The very first goal of woke is to dissolve the nuclear family. That makes no sense to me. There is nothing more blessed in your life is to have a mom and a dad, sisters and brothers, and grow up as a family. Be proud of your last name. Do the best you can to protect that name from being soiled or sullied, okay? Without the nuclear family, what do we have? We do not have a family with encouragement. We do not have a family with guidelines or restrictions. We do not have a family that has a goal of raising a decent human being to be a productive member of society. Not to be a whack job, not to be a pity party for the whole life, a good work ethic, not to live off the tit of the government, not to be a lazy ass to sit around and watch programs and play video games and eat nachos. I do not understand why dissolving the nuclear family, where do the children get any instruction from in manners, in respect, in the guidance of where do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Let's get you studied in this if you want to be a veterinarian, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be whatever. I'll help you get there. I'll get the materials for you to study. I'll pay for you to go to the classes. I'll do whatever I can as a parent. I'll encourage you. I'll sit here and listen to your stories that you write. I'll sit here and I'll listen to the plays that you write. I'll sit here and I'll look at the plans that you draw for building a building. I'll look at the plans that you draw for building an aircraft. You see? Where is the encouragement coming from? Does a child advance without encouragement? Does a child grow in character without encouragement? Does a child grow in respect without correction? Where does a child go morally without a moral compass in the family? Where does that child's mind drift to when it comes to crime when you do not teach a child right from wrong? We're not talking about raising children here without a mother and a father, without a nuclear family. We're talking about raising an animal. I mean, a puppy will grow up without a mother and a father to be a dog. A child will grow up to be nothing without the control, without the encouragement, without the love of a mother and a father. Is that what woke wants? Just plain animals roaming the street, not knowing how to gather food, not knowing how to work, not knowing how to express oneself in a civil manner, understanding what is right and wrong with crime? I don't understand. So let's get beyond dissolving the nuclear family. Another goal of woke is to abolish capitalism. You have something for sale, I give you a certain amount of money for it. You take that money, I get the goods, I enjoy the goods, you enjoy the money, you make more product, I buy it from you, blah, 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 back and forth, back and forth. What are you going to replace it with? I steal what I want, I take what I want, I leverage you until I get what I want. That's not commerce. What does it do? Are you going to go into another country and take their wheat? Are you going to go into another country and take their oil? Are you going to go into another country and take their chromium to make ball bearings? How do you get these other things? Do you barter? Will you sell slaves to get oil? Will you sell wood? Will you barter with wood or minerals to get oil or ore out of the ground? I don't understand. The capitalism is, I have wares for sale, you buy that. I get to have the wares to make into something else to sell back to another person. You take the money, you make more wares, you blah, 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 blah. That's the way capitalism works. What are you going to do? Replace it with socialism or communism, where the state owns everything? Where you're going to pay exactly what the state says for a pair of shoes? What exactly the state says for a shirt or pants or a suit? Is that the kind of purchasing power that you want? Can't strike up a deal, can't barter, can't bring a person down on their price, can't take it back if it's no good, no guarantee. In capitalism, we at least have a guarantee in most items that we sell that are of any quality. What are you going to replace capitalism with? We're going to go back to taking a few sprinkles of gold, or silver, and buy food with that? See, I just don't understand. There's already a system in place, just like the nuclear family. That so-called system is already in place. But woke wishes to turn that upside down to make what? I'm not sure. They want to do away or abolish capitalism, but I do not understand what they intend to replace it with. Therefore, I would have to assume that they simply want to overturn capitalism because it is a system that works. Another goal that really upsets me about woke generation is the elimination of religion. This country, as we well know from the history books, was founded on breaking away from the church and establishing our own forms of religion under freedom. And we have a constitutional agreement that says we have the right to free assembly. We have the right to worship in any manner that we see fit. We allow any and all religions in the United States. We do not bar the Catholic religion, nor do we bar the Methodist or the Presbyterian or the Buddhist, nor do we ban the Muslims. We don't ban anybody. And you have the right to worship anywhere you want to. You want to preach on the street corner? Fine and dandy. Preach on the street corner. But you see, religion to 90% of the people in the United States gives us a foundation in which to plant our roots, in which to take a stand. Not shifting sand, but solid rock. Religion has always been part of the meal that's on our plate. You have religion, you have life, you have goals, you have dreams, you have family, you have capitalism, you have all that stuff on that plate. But religion has the biggest and the best tasting amount put on your plate. What will you replace religion with? Will you believe in a higher power? Or will you think this was all one big bang and that we are derived from the monkeys? If you're changing religion, then you've got to change evolution. And to believe in evolution is to believe that I came from a monkey. Now, my family, we probably had some people that hung by their neck. But we never had any that hung by their tails. So what I see so far is that you want to take those things that are precious to us, those things that solidify our lives and give us purpose and meaning and forward-looking, not myopic vision, but just a vision of moving forward. You want to turn all of that upside down. I don't understand for the first three of the nuclear family, of capitalism, and of religion, why you would want to flip that upside down. The next is to rewrite the Constitution of the United States. The Constitution is not, as Madam Lardass Hillary Clinton says, she wants it to be a living, fluid document. It is not. It is much like the Bible. It is very explicit in what it says, and its meaning has endured for 200 plus years. No other document, except for the Bible, has ever been written that has lasted that long, kept its meaning, and was precious to those people who have lived through hard times, those people who have fought and died in wars, the families of those people who have fought and died in wars for that Constitution, the people who have bled, the people who have come home missing arms and legs, missing mental capacity, missing everything that a normal person has, all for that Constitution. That Constitution says that all men are created equal. What will you replace that with? Only some of the population are created equal. He who has the most money has the most power. He who has the most power has the greatest position. He who has the greatest position has the most influence. And he who has the most influence runs the whole show. What do you want to take out of the Constitution? First Amendment. If you are against the nuclear family, if you are against capitalism, if you're against religion, and now you want to be against free speech, you are screwing your own self. Without the First Amendment to the Constitution, you will never accomplish the other three things that you want to do. Because it will take some unbelievable verbal wrangling, standing on a podium, jumping up and down, flailing your arms about, saying, this isn't right, and this isn't right, and this isn't right, and what I want to do is I want to change it to this or that. It doesn't work that way. You want to take away the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms? See, when you start practicing your First Amendment, that's when some people are going to start practicing their Second Amendment. You're going to be jumping up and down and telling us how everything in the world is wrong, including the family, including capitalism, including religion. Someone's going to exercise their Second Amendment rights on your ass. All the amendments are still valid today. This document is what holds this nation together. So when you decide to rewrite the Constitution, I would love to see the draft, to see what your intentions are when you rewrite it. The last goal of woke, and this is not only is confusing to me, but it makes me very angry. You want to raise children gender neutral. And you want to give a 5 or a 6-year-old the choice of changing their gender from a boy to a girl or a girl to a boy, as if anyone in elementary school understands what it is to be a boy or a girl, or what they can look forward to as a boy or a girl. You want to raise AIs, robots, people who cannot speak from a gender standpoint, who simply stand in public and raise the question of blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, God makes the choice of whether or not a child is a boy or a girl. It is not up to the parents. It is not up to anybody in the woke generation. It is not your choice to pressure a child into wanting to change their sex. The child can do that at a later date after they have experienced life as that one sex. Now, if they want to change that, that's fine. But you as a parent and we as society have no right to steal their first identity away. I identify as an old white guy, a man, a Southern Baptist. I am proud of what I am. I think I would have hated my parents if I had grown up not knowing or not caring what sex I was. I would not want to be a woman. They have it too rough in life. I am glad that I am a man. I love being a man. And I don't understand why you want to make everybody the same. So I'm going to make this claim based on the destruction of the nuclear family, which is something we know and enjoy, doing away with capitalism, which is something that is established and is proven, doing away with religion, which gives us our moral foundation, doing away with the Constitution, which is what holds this nation together, and raising children gender neutral. I am calling woke racist. Let me repeat that. I am calling woke and all of its members, its institution as a whole or singularly, racist. Only a racist would wish to change everything that has been established by time and tradition. Therefore, woke, you are a pack of racists. And I don't like racist. And if you think the stubborn-minded American will ever kneel down and kowtow to these bullshit changes that you want to make in life, not going to happen. You can rant and rave all you want about how children should grow up without a sex, how our religion is not what you want and you want to change it, how our Constitution does not fit your need of the day, and how the nuclear family is not a worshiped relationship between people who live together and love each other and move forward in the world together. Woke, you are racist in your ideas and your actions. Any action to destroy the nuclear family, capitalism, religion, the Constitution, or the gender of a child is the act of a terrorist. You were born out of the Black Lives Matter movement. We will do the second part of the podcast about the woke generation as it relates to the cancel culture and Black Lives Matter. It would appear to me that all three are nothing but a bunch of racist and anti-racist and reverse racist thrown together to change the world to fit their little childish needs and wants. And that's my opinion, high above my garage, Jim Voss, to say that woke is nothing but a racist institution, and they have absolutely no goals of the future that appeal to any red-blooded American. We'll do a second part. We're going to do it on BLM and how the woke generation was born out of BLM. But for right now, this is Jim Voss saying, I'll see you in a little while in part 2. I love you. I mean it. High above my garage. Just my opinion. Have a nice evening. Let me find this button.